All right, everybody. Hey, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me out there. It's Raymir, Juan, Tito, Dennis, Lindsay, Guru. I don't have it. Oh no, never mind. I have nicknames, but anyway, yeah, it's NFL wildcard weekend. Two games happened yesterday. Anybody want to talk about them? Because I don't.
Tito, I give you the floor first.
Well, I'll talk about the game that's easy to talk about, which is Buffalo and the Patriots. I mean, what a shellacking Buffalo put on the Pats. I mean, Patriots have been on a little bit of a decline the past couple of games. I think they were, like the last six games have been very, very inconsistent within that squad. Buffalo's a scary team, man, but at the same time, they're not consistent enough for me to actually say they're a favorite heading into it after this match. Um, Even though they put up all of those points, and they have a offense. Um, they're still not consistent enough, man. I mean, they've shown through the season that they can blow out a team, and then the very next game they lay a dud. It's a 3 point game, or they're losing, by a touchdown. So, um, it was interesting to see, but I think also expected, at least in my eyes, the way that Buffalo played.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Mac Jones seemed like, like I said, when the cream rises, you're playing the best talent in the league, and he just was overmatched. As well as he did this year, you could just tell that he was no match for a Bills defense that was ready for anything that he was about to do. Now, they were able to run the ball a little bit, but their passing game was really non-existent for the most part, even though they had some drops. I just think that, like, along with what you said, Tito, uh, I'm not really sold on the Bills completely yet either.
You know one thing I'm sold on? That Tom Brady. I was talking to my boy David. David called me last night. He was like, "Bro, can we finally agree that Tom Brady is a good player and that he deserves all the not all the accolades, but a lot of the stuff for like the Patriots winning?" Because I don't know. Like I know Mac Jones is a rookie, and we'll see what he do. But they need to stop. Like they were saying, talking about how he was the second coming of Tom Brady, and Bill Belichick was like the man he could put together anything. And it's like, nah, that game was embarrassing. They should have almost had a 50 burger. Well, they almost had a 50 burger put on them if there wasn't a missed extra point and a 2 point conversion they tried to go for. But I don't know. It was I'm like you guys, the Bills can be wishy washy sometimes, they've been all season. But the team that I always thought that was a dark horse to go to the Super Bowl uh, in the AFC was the Bengals, and I wanted them to lose yesterday, but they won. They won yesterday. But let me start this off right now, man. This is breaking news from the NFL right now. The NFL says referee Jerome Boggins and the crew that worked the AFC wildcard game between the Raiders and Bengals are not expected to officiate again this postseason after their problematic performance Saturday, highlighted by a controversial whistle. The NFL grades officials after each game, and Bogger and his crew are not expected to receive high marks for Saturday. When they ruled that a whistle occurred after Cincinnati's Tyler Boyd caught a touchdown from Joe Burrow, although replays appear to show otherwise. The league usually takes officials assigned to the divisional round, not the wild card round, to work the Super Bowl. But officials that earn high grades this weekend could. So, with all that happening, other officials that earn high grades this weekend might be in consideration for the Super Bowl because last night I talked about it. Yeah, nah, the Raider didn't play the game play. They didn't play the right game, but the refs was in that game all throughout the game, man. And it's crazy because it was reports on Twitter that this officiating crew is the worst crew for the Raiders to even have because they always some kind of bogus call. The only thing that game was missing was an index card. Like if they'd have brought back the index card for the Raiders, it would have completed it off. But man, that was some horrible officiating. I know the Raiders
Yeah.
lost the game. It is what it is. The Bengals is a good team. We were an underdog anyway, but I don't know. To lose like that was kind of trash. and it sucks. I'm not. It,
It's
I
hey
don't. It
man,
was some ticky tack calls, man.
obviously you're
It's we got a bunch of holds. We got a bunch of players down the field. It's like, oh, you wanted him to be 1 second late? Like, come on, man. I don't know.
yeah
I like I don't ever advocate for people like going to people's Instagram and Twitters and sending death threats or whatever to them. But I'm pretty sure these guys got it yesterday from all fans across the NFL and not just Raiders fans, because you can clearly see in photos. I don't know. Let me see if you guys can see this. Let's see. It's a photo floating around that I've been sharing to everybody. And you probably won't be able to see it, but if you see right here, you got wherever how you say his last name.
Boring.
yeah
You said
Yeah, you got him like right there, and the ball is like right there, and he's like he can go, but then he like stops in the next frame. He just stops because in the NFL and all football, one thing that you learn that they tell you from since you're a kid, you play into the whistle, and they played into the whistle, and he stopped at the end. And they got the touchdown. I see if we would have lost by 14 points, but we lost by 7 points. Like they should have just been up
yeah
by 3. We should that last drive we should be able to kick a field goal and they've been tied by 3, and we went into overtime. But like my mom always tell me, if ifs were fifths, we'll all be drunk. So whatever. Congratulations to the Bengals. I'm still rooting for them to go deep in the playoffs because I don't know. I like their team. And yeah, great game. I guess, my next question is what's next for the Raiders? Do you blow up the team? Do you blow up the quarterback? Or do you be happy that the season was so tumultuous? So many things happened. People got fired. People went to jail. People killed people. People flashed guns. DUIs out the wazoo. And you still make the playoffs.
yeah.
What do you do?
No, it was
Go ahead,
it.
guys.
I'll let Guru end on his note because I know he wants to say something about the Raiders and how they played and whatnot, man. For that game, I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you, Raymir, in that if you play for the rule, if we've seen it many of times when they're protecting a quarterback, off of a false start or jumping the line, if that whistle blows, it's a dead play. And that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I agree with that it should have been a dead play. The whistle was loud and clear. Everybody heard it. So it's good that they're not officiating another game if you botch something like that. Obviously, the other calls, I mean, every play in the NFL,
Can be holding. Every single play can be holding, but they call it two times in a row on a 1 yard line.
You definitely, from the Raiders' perspective, man, I mean, at least from what I saw, is I'm going to go out and say it, man. You need to blow up the team. Like, Carr disappointed me. I feel like he mismanaged that game. Like, the time management was horrible. Not only in the 2-minute drill or the 1 minute and a half drill, but just every single time they had the ball. I mean, I get that they're in the jungle. I get that it's loud. But if you notice, they were down to the 1 second snap every single play. Like, it didn't seem like they were ready for the actual moment. That spiking of the first down when they have everybody set, like, come on,
that makes
man.
no sense, man. That's what I posted last night. How do you be? Go ahead, Tito.
That's where you see the head coach, right? That interim coach. I mean, hey, valiant effort. They did it. They showed up. Hell of a season, adversary, everything that you named. They went out there. They still made the playoffs, right? How many overtime games did they have? I mean, I'm pretty sure the Raiders, I think I saw or read something that they played the most minutes out of everybody. I think they had the most overtime games in the league. Mm-hmm. But, it just shows you the inexperience of that coach, right? Like, be ready, have some set plays, like 2-minute drill. Don't you practice this stuff, like just to get out there. So I think they shot themselves in the foot. I mean, it was still respectable. It was still, I think they did really, really well against Cincinnati. I mean, I'm a fan of Cincinnati, although the city killed my boy Harambe, but that's not the point. From there, though, it just they played well. They were in the game every step of the way, but it's just to me every single time they had the ball, they were uncomfortable. They seemed uncomfortable. It didn't seem like they were ready for the actual moment. Even Carr, man, they kept showing them going talking to the coordinator. Like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, you're the quarterback. You should have your plays. I mean, there was just a couple shows ago where it was like where they fired Gruden, or stepped down, whatever. When he was gone, we said like go play street ball basically, like go out there, call routes, send your boys out. And it's just, yeah, man, I think they shot themselves in the foot. I think you kind of have to blow it up, and kind of just go back to square one and build some stability, man.
Yeah, I think last night I had put it on Facebook. I mean, on Facebook. I sound so old. On Instagram, I had posted. I'm like, hey, if you're in a 2 minute drill and it's the end of the game, why clock the ball? Like, you should have a play already in order. You should already think that you're gonna get the first down, and you should have the next play ready to go. Like, if you're on a 3, why clock the ball and waste it down when it's the end of the game? Like, you can easily call height and try to throw a fade to the end zone. That's one play right there that could be a possibility of a score besides clocking it. And they like, I don't know. And then the last play, he rushed he rushed that throw into double coverage. Like, bro, like, why would you do that? Like, he threw the ball before Waller was out, even before he's out his break that he was open. It's like, I don't know. And then I
Yeah.
think Guru said in our group text message, if you got that much time to throw and you don't see nobody and you got that much open field, run the ball, Derek Carr. You got some speed on you. Run the ball. Like, it's too many times where he didn't run the ball and the Raiders end up being in like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and then we end up punting it. And it's like, if you would have ran the previous play, or if it was 1st and 10 and you gave up on a play, those 3 yards that you could have got, and potentially he would have ran for 6 yards every time he was open. It was open field for
Yeah.
him to get first down or a big chunk of yardage, and he didn't do it. So I'm gonna say it here first, Guru. Guru Tito. I think I agree with Tito, man. You take the bomb to it and you blow it up, but then it's like when you're in the Raiders. As a Raider fan, we haven't been to the playoffs and did nothing good for a while. So it's like, it's a bad relationship, but the body's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some caveat to it that's bringing this back. But go ahead, Guru.
No, like, I mean, you guys are exactly right. I think you hit some good points. Derek Carr, we all know that he can run. We know that he's pretty nimble with his feet, and there were several 3rd down and 2nd down plays, even some 1st down when, your reads aren't there, you just take off. And I've watched a lot of football over the last 40 years, and I can tell you, anytime it's the playoffs, quarterbacks give up their body. You give up your body for that 1st down. And that's not something Derek Carr is willing to do. Do you blow it all the way up? Listen, that defense played lights out, I felt. That defense, I mean, really slowed down a high-powered offense. And so as far as the defense is concerned, they have a lot to be desired as far as on offense. But defense, I think they're fine. You have to get rid of Derek Carr. And it's not because he's not a quality quarterback. He's not a championship quarterback. And I think he showed that yesterday just based on his play. You're getting into 3rd down situations. You've been in the league 8 years. John Gruden's not there, so the playbook is not – you're not handcuffed by the playbook. I'm sure Bisaccia gave you a lot of reign within the system. Hey, you can check out here. You can do this if you have to. This man is trying to keep his job. So he's going to give you leeway to make the decisions that he feels that you need to make, and you can't make them, even when you are given the reign. So I just feel like they just need to tighten up a little bit. But amongst everything that went on with the Raiders, I feel like they really overachieved with everything that you mentioned, Raymir, as far as the incidents that they've had with the coach and some of the players. So look for the Raiders to bounce back with the quarterback. And you're going to have to change the GM. You're going to have to change the leadership, and you're going to have to change the quarterback.
Yeah, Derek Carr, like, at the end of the day, man, he is not. He don't have that if factor. He don't have that elite style quarterback play. Like I still don't understand how you clock the ball when you have no timeouts. It ain't even you could have all the timeouts, but you're right. You're almost there. You got the defense on his heels. You're the offense. The offense of every single time they have the advantage. Like you supposed to be well enough in the system, deep quarterback play, OC, like studying the game to where y'all know what play y'all can go to right there at that moment. Like it's so much mismanagement that I've been saying it for all the dang 2 years now. Dang, wait, no, this is 2022. We started in 2022. Yeah, the past 2 years, Derek Carr's star power to like run plays and like he's not, not to compare him to Aaron Rodgers because he talks to the phone, he talks to Aaron Rodgers all the time, and then I hope Aaron Rodgers tell him that he needs to step his game up. But those elite level quarterbacks, they seem like they ready to play. Like they like, all right, boom, we in this position. I know what to run. I know what we should do. Let's go. Derek Carr, he still seemed like he like a young guy handcuffed. Like you would thought Joe Burrow was a seasoned vet more than you thought Derek Carr was. Like, Joe Burrow, Jose's in the comments, he says, to me, it looked like the Raiders gave up on that play once he got close to the sideline. I feel you, but if you look at the footage, the 25, he was still going until he heard the whistle because he was kind of like away from the play. So the whistle goes and you see him let up and then the ball goes past his face. So I hear what you're saying. The people close to Carr, the defensive end, you don't want to touch the quarterback. I see them giving up on a play. But as far as like the defensive back, they were still in it and he was still running with the guy until the whistle went off. But anyway.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick in reference to Derek Carr being an 8 versus someone like Jalen Hurts. And we always talk about playing from the pocket and winning from the pocket. You know why Philadelphia is in the playoff? Because their coach had to throw out everything that he wanted to install at the beginning of the season in order for them to have success. You have to gear the system to the player. And with Derek Carr, we all know he has mobility. But do you think if Philly would be in the playoff if Jalen Hurts did not use his mobility?
No.
And that's where this league is at today. You have to be able to use your arm and your leg. And I believe if he used his legs in this game when he could have, the Raiders would have won that game. Because the defense was lights out. Even though they don't even have a talented secondary. They're
Speaking of
up
the secondary,
front,
Jonathan Abram hasn't been playing, and we've been playing much better on defense. He's done with the Raiders. Experiment 24 is over.
It plays, man. No, they played well though. I think the one thing that was missing in this game, I mean, other than Derek Carr, it's only fitting that you mentioned he talks to Aaron Rodgers because he looked like Aaron Rodgers against the Niners in the playoffs, right? Like kryptonite, Aaron Rodgers. But the deep ball, man. I mean, I get that Zay Jones is their number one, and I've made many of jokes that Zay Jones is your number one. But where's the occasional deep bomb that they normally throw? I mean, they at least get him downfield 2 or 3 times a game, and they not once. They didn't do it once.
Not once.
They were scared, and I got an interesting stat. I don't know if it's a stat, but I was watching the game and I was breaking it down. I was talking to my boy Willie. I'm like, Willie, 4 plays that they go to Deshaun Jackson, right? Like he goes up and he goes across the middle. It's from the left to right, call back for holding. Yeah. He do it right to left. He drops one. Another one called for all false or some kind of penalty, and then the one he caught goes for 30 yards. But every single time, it worked.
It was open.
It worked. It was open, and I'm like, it worked all these times. Like even though we had like penalties, and he had a drop pass, and then he caught a few. It worked all the time, and it's like Raiders as far as like game planning and like that's why. Not to be bashing old people, but if you like 60 plus, man, sometimes you be so stuck in your game plan and your mindset that you don't know what to change. Like I understand you have a game plan that you want to put in. He comes in on this package, but sometimes, and that's one thing what makes a good coach is good. And I feel like especially these young coaches, they'll go into halftime and see something that's working and change their whole game plan and do what they're supposed to do. Like how you mentioned, what's his name? Sirianni. What's the coach from Philadelphia's name? It's Nick
Sirianni.
Sirianni. Yeah, he's like a new age coach where he like, all right, I want to do something this way. This doesn't work. All right, but this works. So let's go with this. Like the Raiders didn't do that in game. Like a lot of stuff was working, and we didn't even do it. Like you said, the deep ball wasn't there. It's like, come on, man. Like I know Deshaun Jackson dropped the ball, but over the top in the middle, he's getting open, and it's getting open for a big chunk of yards. Yeah, and it happened over and over.
Last play, you mentioned it on that last play, man. I broke that thing down when they were showing replays, dude. And you're absolutely right, man. Darren Waller was single man coverage, and as soon as he broke, it was wide open. Like he broke when that ball was in the middle of the air, and he was wide open. He could have hit him in the back of that end zone easily, dude.
Easily.
For throw that ball, man. Zay Jones wasn't even in the end zone. You needed to be in the end zone.
What I'm like, you're you just force feeding him because he prays with you on Sunday, and that's your guy. Like, come on, bruh. Like, don't try to give him this moment. Try to win. Like, I don't know. You all know me. I'm a big Jesus freak, but we need to get rid of Carr. I don't care. I don't care what he can go pray for another team because.
All right. Who would you rather have though? Curveball. Baker or Carr?
Carr. Baker's not. Wait, let me. I don't want to be the guy that like goes back and forth on this and be like I'm just going back, wishy washy. But at least I know Baker. He's not athletic enough, but he at least try to like run and do something to extend the play. Like he won't. He don't make the right decisions, but he'll try. And Derek Carr doesn't even give it a try to make any decisions.
You know who I like for the Raiders? I like Tyler Huntley, quarterback.
Guru, get him out of here.
He can play in Vegas. He has a fan base out there. And hey, look, he should have beat Green Bay and the Rams, two teams that were first round seeds in the playoffs. This guy is up and coming. He's only 23 years old. You don't think that he's up and coming? Why would you not mention him and you would mention Baker when he plays better against those competition? You guys are totally not looking at the whole field. That's why you got losing quarterbacks on your team.
I almost say Mariota needs to.
Remember, I discovered Dak. You remember in the draft. I know these quarterbacks, man. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. I got Huntley is cool, but I don't know if he's like I'm giving him a franchise right now.
Not gonna be in Green Bay next year.
He's low pay. You can give him a shot. He's shown that he can play against the best in the NFL. Why wouldn't you? If it was anybody else, they would be like, "Oh my God, throw him a brand new contract like they do and watch these guys sink."
Like
a new quarterback. Raiders. They need so many. They need at least a receiver. And
Tyler Huntley's a guy from Baltimore, right?
Yeah, that's why I said shout out to DMV.
Tyler Huntley is he's the Ravens quarterback.
Oh yeah, out of Baltimore. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
I watched him play against the Rams and against Green Bay. He was nice, and they were playing their starters. There were no backups he was playing.
I'm with you, Kevin. I hear you.
Kevin
out. No way, he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah. No way. When he was a franchise quarterback at Utah, he certainly has the potential to be a franchise quarterback.
How tall is he? That's what I'm concerned about.
He's 6'1".
Oh, okay. So that's 6'2" in cleats. All right. He's cool. Hey.
Go watch his games. Who made that comment?
Class.
Okay, Class. Oh, of course. I would advise you to go watch his games against the Rams and against Green Bay, and you tell me that he doesn't have potential to be a franchise quarterback.
Now I give it to you. He might have potential in the future, but right now, I don't.
Who are you going to put in? He's as good as Derek Carr right now. I guarantee you, he would have kept the chains.
I know, but he didn't win those games, Guru. Like I don't care who he is. Like say if
undrafted free agent.
But say, all right, let's look on the other spectrum of it. Say if he won all those games and the Baltimore was in the playoff, then I think he's considered throughout the league.
We lost like 1 or 2 points in 3 of those games against the top seeded teams.
What
One or
what
2 points.
what would have to happen? I know, but in the games that he lost, he had the ball last. He had it last.
Right.
He
But he
had
was an
it.
undrafted
He had
free
it.
agent.
I understand that. Undrafted
He
first,
wasn't even play last year. He had to win the job this summer.
and you want to give him a franchise, Guru,
I just think that
Guru,
okay, say
Guru.
what was the tall lanky guy? Who was that tall lanky guy for the Denver Broncos that was a quarterback? He was like 6'9", right?
Paxton Lynch or no
No,
no.
the other guy, the other horrible quarterback before him,
What was
right?
his name?
Then he went to the Texans.
Brock Osweiler.
And
Brock Osweiler. He had a defense behind him. He played a few good games.
Yeah, he was
and
trash.
he was trash. I told everybody he was trash. I said whoever picked him is gonna get fired. I'm telling whoever picked Tyler Huntley is gonna find a star.
I'm now Guru. I'm not disagreeing with you 100%. But I'm saying right now, him getting the reins of a team, that's not about to happen like right now.
Better. Who would you pick? Who would be available that you would want above him? That would be available.
Kirk Cousins. I can't believe I'm about to say that, but Kirk Cousins.
Are you serious? Why? See, that means that you just don't care. You just care about names. You're not evaluating talent.
What? Kirk Cousins is like 30 for like 3 in a.
it's not
You hear
bad.
this, Don't
I'm going to
depict it.
use your method, Guru. I'm going to use your method. Give me 15, 16 games. Let me see. Let me employ the Guru method on Huntley. I'm with Ramir here in saying I'm not knocking the kid. He's a player. He's a backup. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Your star gets hurt, you can still keep your team in the game. But to give him the reins, I'm going to need to see more. I'm with Ramir here in that, yeah, you would want to answer your question. Who would you want? You would want a Cousins. You would want somebody that's established that. To tell you the truth, I mean, as many boneheaded plays that are there, you also need a quarterback to take risk. I mean, look at Washington. Heineke. Heineke was great for us, but at the same time, he's too safe. Like, it's all these dumb passes. It's Alex Smith before the deep threat of like bubble screen here, but not taking any risk. Like, in all actuality, I would want a little more Baker, more Carr, and make these dumb decisions because they're at least taking some risk. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a franchise, but I need to see more in order to go out there.
Haven't you seen enough of Kirk Cousins? Don't you realize he can't win with an all-pro wide receiver and a Pro Bowl running back and a pretty good defense? Don't you realize that already? What else do you need to see? You think he's going to perform magic in Las Vegas?
No, but I'm saying I don't think. Man, look here. This is just to Tyler Huntley's like credit. Let me paraphrase this right now closely. I think he did a good job. I think he's a fine young man. I think as far as like what he did for the Ravens is cool. But I think he has to escape the Ravens for me to see how he really plays. Like the way he's
trade
not.
for him.
Huh?
You trade for him. You don't have to. You trade for him.
Who am I, Mike Mayock? I'm not making these decisions. We got some comments in here. Jose, he hates Tyler Huntley, it seems. Nah. He says he has the style of Lamar Jackson. Only pocket passers win Super Bowls now. The rules are set up for pocket passers. I think the NFL is changing to where...
That's so stereotypical. Oh, my gosh. What has he been watching? No, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it either
true.
because, a lot of players that's like at the top of the league play outside the pocket. But a lot of them, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think Tyler Huntley could be a pocket passer. He just plays for the Ravens. I don't want nobody who plays for the Ravens in their style on my team right now. Like, say if he can go to any team, and he shows that he can kind of lightweight pass the ball, which I think he can. He just plays for the Ravens, and that's like kind of like fool's gold when it comes to like let's talk about Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson.
Put him on the Colts.
Go ahead. What about Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson can throw the ball. He can
Okay,
throw the ball.
Lamar Jackson can throw the ball, but he has the offense they run in Baltimore is stupid, and I don't like how they do that. That's dumb.
They're not going to run that next year. They're not going to run that next year. They're going to get rid of that offensive
Oh,
coordinator.
hey, Jose, he says, Guru, don't you feel the same way about Prescott? The same thing you're saying about Kirk Cousins?
Absolutely not, because we're in the playoffs, and actually Dak has won a playoff game. So no, I don't feel the same way about him. I know you don't either. I know you don't feel that way about
Yeah,
Dak.
hey,
Dak
I
is
like
about to
Dak.
win.
Hey, Dak is cool. I think they go lose today though. I should say we go. All right, yeah. Let's get into that. Let's get into. I forgot. But today is a whole slate of games. Go ahead, Tito. Run us through the
Talk
game
about
today.
winners, shall we?
Hey, Guru. Hey, Guru. Hey, there's still a lot of football to be played, man.
Let's
But
hear it.
real quick. So there's what is it? There's 4 games. 4 games
There's 3. Yeah, 4 games. It's
today and one on Monday. I mean, I think the Monday game is kind of dumb, but I get it. I mean, it's a holiday. We're all at home, or most of us. But yeah, the first game on the docket, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, man. Tampa Bay is -7 here. I'm gonna start off here if you guys don't mind.
feel it. So good.
Hoover just stole my thunder. I'm gonna say Philly here. I don't know why.
yeah.
but I'm
You know,
feeling
one
Philly.
thing I think as far as man, Tom Brady's a good quarterback, but one thing he was missing in New England was he didn't have the receiver helping with AB being gone. Chris Godwin is out. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like for some reason I do feel like Philadelphia can sneak up and get this win because Jalen Hurts in that offense, they know what they are, man. They run the ball, but I think they're gonna do. You know, he can also throw the ball. Like they talk about they're the number one running team, which they are, but he's getting like 280 a game and at least 2 touchdowns. And I think that's pretty good if you're not turning the ball over. Like they had the problem where he couldn't close out games, and I think we said this back then. Especially, I know me and Guru had this conversation that, Jalen Hurts, he's losing his games at the end of games, and if he can just fix that, they can start winning. He fixed that. Good on the head coaching staff. They fixed that. So I don't know. I think Tampa Bay is always vulnerable because people, they won the Super Bowl last year, so they're gonna get everybody's best game. But we'll do our picks in this. Oh, I don't know. Who do you guys think is gonna win that game? So y'all both say Philly?
I say
Listen, I say Philly, and this is against you two right here. I'm going to call you both to the carpet right now because both of y'all said that Jalen Hurts could not get a team to the playoffs.
We never
he
said
wasn't
that.
going to be the guy to take. Yeah, I'm going to find it. But neither one of you.
No,
had confidence
none
in
of
him
us. I don't recall us saying that.
Now all of a sudden,
I got nothing
y'all
against.
mentioning everything that I said that Tyler Huntley has, right? He moves out the pocket. He throws the ball. You guys were hard on Jalen Hurts a little bit.
No.
I remember me.
I do remember you was on them,
find
but
it.
when they played the Niners and they almost won, I for sure remember what I said, and I said they just lost the game because they couldn't score at the end zone. Once he started putting it together, maybe the team, the head coach, they believe in their system and what they're doing. And back to Tyler Huntley once again, they have a horrible offense, Guru. You cannot. People compare Tyler Huntley to Lamar Jackson because they play the same. They're both just basically they look the same because they're black, but they play the same because they're in the same offense. But Tyler Huntley or Lamar Jackson, I don't think they don't want to play like that. Like that, I think that's probably like the misconstrued thing out there in like the whole media. And most people, they're not gonna get it when I say this, but they're in the NFL. Their shelf life to be in the NFL is shorter already. So when they have to give the offense and the team that they have, they just run it. Like Lamar Jackson, I think secretly he hates his offense. He hates running it because he has, like, when he was in college, he threw for like almost 5,000 yards. So it's not like he don't know how to throw the ball. It's just that
Yeah, Utah and Louisville don't have the same offenses.
But I'm saying, when he was in Louisville, he threw the ball already. He just plays for the Baltimore Ravens and Greg Roman, who runs the horrible offense. I've been saying that all season.
That's why I say he's not going to be there next year.
Yeah, they need a new offensive coordinator that could just, run regular offensive plays. Like the Buffalo Bills. Like Josh Allen is not like he's exactly what people think. They just think about him differently. But Josh Allen is a running quarterback who just throws the ball because his offense installs both type of things besides just running.
Yeah.
He's so that ball traveling. Hey, listen, I was wrong one.
But Josh Allen, he's a good quarterback. Like I said, like at the end of the day, the NFL is transforming Josh Allen and people like Josh Allen. Who else? I like Josh.
Let's get to the Cowboys, man. We're not talking about the game. We got the Philly and Jalen Hurts. Let's get to the Cowboys. Let's hear what y'all have to say.
The Cowboys can lose the game.
Ramir, who did you have on Philly?
Man, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay because Tom Brady's Tom Brady. I think Philadelphia can win, but until Tom Brady...
Well, the next game is a game that Guru's ready, and I don't think he's ready for what we're about to say, but you have San Francisco and you have Dallas.
I need to hear it.
Dallas is -3.
You know what? I feel like that Dallas has a great team, but watching the Niners play the last couple of weeks, I see how they can beat everybody in NFC, and I hate the Niners being an Oakland kid. Of course, I hate the Niners.
You don't hate them that much.
No, I'm a realist, and I see what's on paper, and I see what they can do on defense, and I just know how Dallas is sometimes when it comes to big moments. If y'all win today, Guru, then I'll believe in y'all like in the playoffs further. But y'all don't do too much to like Dak is cool, the receivers is cool, the defense is cool. The defense is great actually. But sometimes when the moment comes, the Dallas, like, they falter. And this is what y'all do. In the playoffs, y'all don't play good. Like, you had it with Tony Romo. He was the first guy who was throwing the ball, running out the pocket, doing things. But when the playoff came, he dropped the ball. Figuratively and literally. He dropped the ball. Of course, y'all got...
They're not the same quarterback. I think you know that.
Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about the same team, the same aura, the same owner, the same thing.
Not the same thing.
All I know is, to me, honestly, in this game, this is what rises. I think the Dallas can beat the Packers. I think the Dallas can beat the Tampa Bay. I think Dallas can beat Philly. I think Dallas can beat every team in the NFC that's in the playoffs right now. But I don't think they can beat the Niners. And I think the same way of the Niners. I think this game is actually, you know what? Boom. We got some comments right now. Somebody called me racist because I compared Huntley and Lamar Jackson to looking the same. But people, I'm not. But if you watch the commentators, that's what they be saying. I'm like, hey, like y'all need to.
That was a bit strong.
That's what somebody's. What? I'm not. Trust me, I'm a proud brother. I'm like a white person. But hey, my wife is Asian. But anyway, Jose agrees with me. He said the winner of the Dallas and Frisco game is going to the Super Bowl. I agree with him, but I think that I kind of think the winner might be the Niners because the Niners running game is crazy. Deebo Samuel he's out of his mind. The rest of the Brandon Ayuk, if they want to get in the game.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Jimmy G, the system that he has is good for him. And let me talk about the Dallas Cowboys. They're a good team. They got good stuff, but we'll see what they do. I don't want to pick nobody in this game. I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Niners. If I wanted the team to win, I wanted to be Dallas. I'll say it right now. I'd rather have Dallas win. I like Dallas, but I don't think they're gonna win for some reason.
There you go. See, I feel exactly the same way Ramir does, man. Not to take anything away from you, Guru. Get this, man. I agree with Jose. I was texting with them last night. I agree with Ramir. Like, both of these teams, the winner of these teams does give me the vibe that they're going to the Super Bowl. They both have the makings for it. Like, Dallas is playing lights out. The one X factor, in both X factors here, you guys know how I feel about the Niners. You guys know how I feel about Dallas, the coaches. You guys especially know how I feel about Shanahan. I mean, if they didn't make the playoffs, they've only made two playoffs in his reign. Like everybody pegs Shanahan as this great coach and bad luck,
He went to
but
the Super Bowl. Why you don't? That's a great
hey,
feat.
no, hey, so did Dan Quinn.
Yeah, he
You
didn't
know,
win it.
exactly. McVay's been there once. I mean, I'm
To me,
just
you
saying.
naming all good
Everybody pegs
coaches. Dan Quinn is the reason why the
every.
Cowboys are playing good. McVay
It
is
was
good.
25-point lead.
That's where it comes out. What I was gonna say, man, is like, for me, it's both of them have the means to win this game. Both of them have the means to lose this game. I do think San Francisco's defense, if they continue to play the way that they've been playing and their running game, they can control this game right from the start. Dallas, Dallas needs to go out there and play and not allow the one person that I think is going to lose the game for them to make a decision, and that is Mike McCarthy. McCarthy, if he gets involved to make a decision, whether it's a challenge, whether it's calling a play, if he makes a decision in this game, you guys are gonna lose.
That doesn't
For the
sound very
sake
encouraging.
I'm like Ramirez though in saying I feel that the Niners are gonna win this game, but Guru, as a resident Washington fan here on the show, I think Dallas is gonna win this game.
Wow. What? But just know, Tito. Hey, I feel it. It's all good. I like Dallas. I almost signed up for their bandwagon earlier this season. We all know that. But hey, and I like Dak Prescott too. I think Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback. But go ahead, Guru. We already know who you're gonna pick.
No, no. I mean, obviously, Dallas is going. I feel they're going to win the game. Look, the 49ers they are peaking at the right time. Jimmy G is putting zip on that ball. Like he made me nervous in that last game because he was like on point. He was looking like the old Jimmy G that took the 49ers to the Super Bowl last time. So if we're not on our men, for us, I feel like if Diggs is not on his man, Jimmy G's going to light him up because that ball gets there fast. So, look, I hate the 49ers. I expect to win. And,
Hey,
go Cowboys.
Jose says the game is for Dak Prescott to lose. Harbaugh said the 49ers secondary is horrible. Dak should eat them alive with CD and Coop. We'll see. Hey, the on paper, the Dallas Cowboys should win this game. They got the defense. Jimmy G should get punched in the mouth, and then he should throw an interception. That's how the game should go. But we'll see. Go ahead. What's the next two games? We got like 10 minutes.
Next two games, the night game is I'm probably gonna be asleep already. The night game is Pittsburgh versus Kansas City, and then we have Arizona versus the Rams.
I got Pittsburgh.
Kansas City is minus 12.5.
I got Pittsburgh.
It's a big line. I'm gonna jump on the Guru, or I'm gonna jump on the Ramirez train here, man, and I'm gonna say Pittsburgh too. Although I'm not a fan of Ben, I like Mahomes.
Ben sucks. I hate his receivers. They too on the internet too much. I like Mike Tomlin coaching up the defense. The defense is gonna win this game because we all know Patrick Mahomes to give up two turnovers for no reason if you pressure him. And I think they might get to him. They got one of the best D lines. They got one of the best sack leaders. Who defensive player of the year? T.J. Watt or Diggs?
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons?
Mike Parsons.
Nah, they'll give him rookie, man.
They'll give him rookie, but
Rookie and defensive player of the year.
They won't give him.
They're not gonna give him defensive player.
I think it'll be a sweep.
Nah, I think it's between Watt and Diggs.
I'd give it to Watt.
Yeah, I think they might give it to Watt, but I think Diggs.
Listen.
I don't know. It's a 2-man race. I think those two guys should be in the MVP race. But we talked about that last show, and I don't care about
the game won't even be close.
I think Aaron Donald all year though, but
Aaron Donald is cool. He's a force to be reckoned with. But man, I hate when you see all the accolades he has, but no Super Bowl titles, and that's that sucks.
Hey,
he can't throw the ball.
Hey, but anyway, Guru, who you got in this game? KC or Pittsburgh?
Chase game is not even going to be close. I don't even know what Raymir and Tito thinking, but this game won't even be close. It'll be a blowout.
I'm not picking KC. I'm gonna just tell you this right now. I haven't picked them one game all year. If you haven't noticed,
you can't be fair. You got to be fair to the audience.
I am fair to the audience. I just said Patrick Mahomes give up 2 turnovers, and then I don't know. The NFL is fake, so why wouldn't they write Ben Roethlisberger to lose in the AFC Championship game?
Oh gosh, Tito.
Kevin, he has Pittsburgh as well.
That's why I have Dallas winning, Ramir. That's why I have Dallas winning. Have you seen the talk? Everybody has the Niners in this game. Everybody has the Niners in this game.
But you know one thing I will say about the NFL has to be happy that their popular teams got into the playoffs. The Raiders, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, because Philly. Like to me, the playoffs seems better. The playoffs. I don't. I'm sorry, small market teams out there. The Minnesotas out there. I'm upset that the Titans is the number 1 seed. That sucks for NFL. If I was them, I'd be like, dang it, we need those guys out of here. But because this Niners game versus Cowboys game, it got like historic rivalry to it, to where I'm excited to see the game. I really I got a red shirt on right now, and it's just coincident. But people probably watching the show like, dang, he got a Dallas Cowboys shirt on, he got a red shirt on. Let's go. And I'm a Raider fan, so don't get it.
I hate the 49ers. I hate them.
Yeah, and then the last game is Arizona versus the Rams. The Rams have no starting safeties. They signed Eric Weddle. He gets to come back. Imagine that, just to be sitting at home to come back for the playoffs. That's crazy.
Yep, and the Rams are minus 3.5 because of the safety situation. But I'm still just gonna lean on the Rams. Rams were my Super Bowl pick at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna stick with.
Wow, the guy from LA is sticking with the Rams. So surprising. He's been picking the Chargers.
The guy rides with him a lot lately on the sneak tip.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I like the Rams, and I dislike Kyler Murray a lot because I just do. I like Kyler Murray. Okay, I like the way he's been playing a little bit, but I'm an A's fan. He burnt the A's by lying to us, so I'm still mad at that. So
fair. Come on, separate that for 1 second.
For 1 second, all right. I hate him. Nah, but
you would have had a longer career in baseball.
Matthew Stafford sucks. He force feed the ball. Cooper Kupp is good. OBJ is good. Tyler is good. Justin Jefferson is good. The problem sometimes in the last 5 weeks has been Matthew Stafford. They've been having to pull out games at the last minute because of Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford, and he
You're right.
can't.
Hey, the Niners are in the playoffs because of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
That last play, OBJ had him beat.
Yeah.
He just needed to throw it.
He just needed a good throw.
Matthew Stafford is not winning the playoff game. Okay, look, don't look. You guys are trying to talk yourselves into believing that Matthew Stafford is actually going to win the playoff game.
Now, I just said Matthew Stafford is going to lose the game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Tito.
I just think they're the Rams, man. They're the Rams. He's
a Rams fan. He just said Aaron Donald should win MVP every year. Who do we think he does? One thing I do like about the Rams though, they got the go for broke mentality. They'll spend the money, they'll trade the draft picks, and they get them to the playoffs. So people hate that. People hate that, but it works.
You know why they're doing that?
The other reason that I like him is Cooper Kupp. Everybody knows they force feed him. Everybody knows it's going to him, and he's still dropping 200 yards on everybody.
Nah, Cooper Kupp is good. I'm not saying that he's, like I said, he's great. The whole offense is great. Matthew Stafford just gotta be Matthew Stafford like how he is. They lost the last game because he couldn't throw the ball an extra 5 yards to make the hit Odell in stride. He was clearly running and he had to stop. And I don't know where's the news coverage on Matthew Stafford being Matthew Stafford, but you turn on the TV on Monday, and they're not talking about that last play. They're talking about every other play. Is Odell a success in LA? It's like, obviously he has 5 touchdowns in 4 games. What are you talking about? But that last play, Matthew Stafford, I think Matthew Stafford leads the NFL in interceptions, if I'm not mistaken.
You got 17.
Yeah, he leads the league.
8 in the last 4 games or 3 games.
Kevin said Juju is coming back today. That is not a good sign for me. Juju is the guy who we thought he was. All right, we wrapped it up. We got 5 minutes before the last game starts. I want to land with this. Texans fired their coach. They crazy.
Yeah, but I think they guaranteed him 2 years of money, and I think that was the plan all along. They said, I believe they want the Dolphins' former coach because he worked for the Patriots and that connection. I think when he became available, that changed the game.
So if the Texans can get Brian Flores, and then Brian Flores can go to Deshaun Watson's house to get Vincent to play for him,
he won't get him.
That's what they're banking on, because they was like, well, he wanted to go to Miami because Brian Flores. So if we bring Brian Flores here, maybe he just want to stay.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe that would be great ending. It'll be a great ending, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey, but one thing I would say, I normally don't agree with Tony Dungy because Tony Dungy has become a shell of himself since he's been on TV. But he said one thing that I do agree with. He said that these NFL coaching hires, they should wait till the playoffs are over. Like, you got guys like Frazier, Bieniemy, who else? The coach for who's the offensive coordinator for the Bills? Is it? I don't know.
Oh, they're talking about Leslie Frazier. They're talking about Byron Leftwich. They're talking about all the black assistants.
And
Rob Mayo.
What's his name? What's his dude? It's somebody's son too. Bill Callahan's son. He's the coach of the offense OC of, I think, the Bengals maybe. They all these coaches that are still coaching right now. I think the teams are trying to do them a disservice by making them come out and interview when they need to prepare. And obviously, they're going to choose. You always choose your current what you're doing in case you make it. So of course, you're going to get all their attention to their current team and blow past that interview. And it's like, you putting these guys in a weird spot. And it's like, of course they want to be a head coach somewhere and get
first to the market, man. First to the market.
I'm gonna say something when you finish, so go ahead and.
Yeah, to me, you wait. Like, if it was me, I will wait for Bieniemy or any other. I don't know, whoever's your candidate that's on the current team right now. You should wait for them to interview. Like, it shouldn't be an orange race to get the guy who's just available. Like, that's how you get guys like Matt Rule coaching the team, because you rushed it, and then you get what's the guy? Nah. I ain't gonna say Robert Saleh. He has his 1 year. But anyway, go ahead, Guru.
No, I just think you're being too kind because you don't want to bring up race. But listen, it is about race. This is a corporation. These are 32 businesses, and they have franchises that they're running. They're throwing out all these names of all these black candidates. Like, right now, we're only down to 1 coach. It's not even a third of the league, which would be 4 black head coaches. And the thing is, you just want some transparency. If you mentioning all these names, how many of them are going to get head coaching jobs? Because the last cycle, none of them except for one, David Culley, who's now dismissed, has a job. So I just think that it's one thing to say the house is on fire. It's another thing for it to be on fire. And I think when it comes to people just throwing out names just for the heck of it to make it sound like there's interest in these people and then none of them get a job is a farce. So to your point, Raymir, they should wait till after the season. If they really want to have a transparent interview with someone, why the hell would you want to do it when they're already in the middle of the season? Like, don't you want to wait till it's over to see what their success is? But no, you're doing it now because you already have a candidate in mind. And the Rooney Rule has to be it has to have some teeth in it. It has to be legislated and have some teeth. Of course, you can't force anyone to hire, but there has to be something in play where it reflects against the whole society, where You just can't have blatant discrimination. We've talked about this before. That I don't think when the coaching cycles didn't get hired, I told you guys. I said it's not that they don't think they're qualified. They just don't. They're not buddies with them. You know, you got to be buddies with the head coach. They're around your buddies. They're your friends. You have those private conversations. So those are the guys you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Guru. But these coaches can say no as well. I mean, look at Quinn and your guys' offensive coordinator. Who is it? Kellen Moore.
I'm not saying they're not deserving. They are.
They've said no though. Like I think Jacksonville wanted to interview them, and both of them said no. They said, "No, we're cool." I mean,
you know why? Because they know they're going to have another opportunity. They're white.
Yeah.
So they're going to have that opportunity.
So is this the go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, y'all.
One of them, if Dallas loses, when they lose, whatever, right? I guarantee McCarthy's out if Dallas loses, and one of them is going to be head coach.
I agree.
Hey, but all right, Guru. You said it because they they can get other opportunities. So do you agree with my statement?
Now, of course.
Do you agree with my statement that I said about the Baltimore Ravens quarterback situation? About them not liking the offense in real life, but they just play it because they think that their opportunity window is short.
I think that Lamar was like, I'm a quarterback. I don't have to be a running threat unless I'm rookie. So I don't have to have an offense designed specifically for my skill set. I mean, I'm a quarterback who can run, but I want something that's not going to put me at risk like the other quarterbacks, franchise quarterbacks. They're not asked to be put at risk. So to your point, Raymir, you're right. Their offense coordinator, yeah, he's going to have to go. And Lamar does hate that offense. I agree.
All right. Well, good show, guys. The games are starting. Who's up first? Who's playing right now?
Philly and Tampa.
Oh, cool,
right now.
cool. All right, good game. All right, we'll see. I got Tampa Bay, but I think Philly might. I'm not surprised they Philadelphia pulls it off. You guys have Philly. The next game, I have the Niners. You both guys have the Cowboys. Me and Tito have the Steelers. You have the KCs. I have Arizona. You have Arizona. Tito has LA. We'll see how we did. We'll see you in the next few days or whatever. I had COVID. That's why we're out of here. I'm okay with saying that out publicly. It's not AIDS, so it's cool. All right. All right, everybody. Peace out. All right.